Hey, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Open. Hey, coming up on today's show, we have an award-winning entrepreneur, digital marketing expert, money coach, and author. Going to be sharing important tips on financial literacy for youth, and we'll highlight her children's book on wealth building and so much more. So all you have to do is sit down and kick off your shoes and relax your feet. But wait, we've got more. We've got to sit down with a director, producer, and founder of a production company to learn about her new book series highlighting grandfathers. And then finally, we'll check in with a Polish drummer and band leader who will highlight her band's debut album. It's a brand new release. So all you have to do is sit back, kick off your shoes, and relax your feet. We are wide open. Here we go. Hey, I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee from WBLS, and you're watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV set. Stay connected to us through social media at Bronxnet TV. Now, leading things off, our first guest is an award-winning entrepreneur, digital marketing expert, an author, and money coach, and she's joining us to share tips on wealth building for kids and parents, and she's highlighted in her new book, The ABCs of Wealth Building. So please welcome to the show, Tanisha Adjokatcher. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome.
How
Thank
are
you. Thank you for having me. I'm here.
Thanks for coming.
Yes.
Now, you've been doing this for some time now. Give us a little background on you and how you got it all started.
So I come from Queens, just a middle class family. Everybody went to college. Everybody got degrees. But I felt like nobody had money, right? So it was like, okay, how does this money thing work? So I went to college, got my bachelor's in psychology, like social work. I became a social worker, hated it. It was like, I didn't want to be a social worker anymore, no. Removing kids out of their house and all that was just too much for me.
Ooh,
I didn't like that. So I became an entrepreneur. I mean, I got fired from my job and I became an entrepreneur. My cousin introduced me to network marketing, and network marketing taught me a lot about leadership. It taught me a lot about money, how to handle my money.
Pyramid and all that stuff.
Yeah, like the AFON and all that stuff. But network marketing is actually a legit business. So I learned a lot.
Yeah,
I
it
learned
teaches you a lot, too.
Yeah, I learned about networking. I learned about marketing. But the thing was, I was like, well, all these people driving Bentleys and Benzes and like, how can I do that, right? Ooh. So I started studying wealthy people, started selling wealthy people like on YouTube and Facebook, and that's a lovely thing about the internet. You can actually use it to a great benefit.
Yeah, get the knowledge of what to do, how to be, and what to say, and all those good things.
Yeah.
So when you came out of college, were you broke? Because a lot of us had like heavy loans coming out of college.
Yeah, I did. I definitely did.
But other people don't have those loans because they prepared before they got there.
Yeah. I had a loan, maybe $20,000 in loans, but it took me about 10 years to pay that off. So who knows? I probably paid $40,000 after, after the fact.
You know about it now.
Right, so, I mean, thank God that's over. I don't have to worry about that. But, I still wanted more. But even when I had a job, I was a saver. I would save money. I would budget. But I was never investing.
You were stingy and frugal?
I would say, because even my daughter, she would ask me for things. I'd be like, oh, no, you don't need that right now. So I wasn't spending crazy. I wasn't spending spending all the time. No, definitely not. But when I became an entrepreneur, you're forced to look at your finances. You're forced to look at what you're spending. So I'm glad I became an entrepreneur because now I'm able to teach everybody. My family, they didn't know anything about money. My dad, mom, husband, friends, I would ask them about investing. Nobody know nothing. And I feel like financial literacy should be taught from kindergarten.
In schools, yes.
It should be taught from kindergarten. It should be taught at the dinner table.
I think so too. But you know what? You know what they had back in the day when we were in school? Somebody would come from a bank and talk to us in an auditorium, And then they may give us a little piggy bank.
Right.
Yeah. So you put your nickels and quarters in this thing right here.
And tell you how to balance a
save and bring
checkbook.
it
But people don't even have checkbooks.
But that's
no
where
more.
it went. Yeah. That's where it stopped right there. You have your piggy bank and you took your money to the bank. You know. But then they say, hey, how do you continue to save? And if I save this, how can I build upon
Right.
it? Will I get
Right.
interest on it, or right now you don't get anything if you put your money in the bank.
See, financial literacy is so broad.
It is.
Right?
It is.
And, you can get overwhelmed because there's so many compartments. It's building wealth, it's investing, it's credit, it's money management, it's budgeting, it's so many, life insurance, banking. I mean, the list goes on and on. So I see why people clock out, because it's like, forget it. Like, I don't want to learn all this stuff. So this is why I created the book.
But one step at a time.
Yeah.
You don't. If you think about that whole big picture,
Yeah.
you're gonna freak out.
No, it's
But
gonna
you
be
say,
too
hey,
much.
let me take one. God gave me 2 feet, one foot in front of the other, and
Right.
step to what I need to do. So, what is your mission, and how have you helped empower youth and other families? Of course, your family knows now because you went through it, and you're teaching your family.
Well, my mission now is to help everybody build a wealthy mindset, right? Because once you have the abundant mindset, now you start thinking towards the future. You're not just thinking, oh, I just got to get the bag today. I just got to get the money today. I just got to work today.
Yeah.
And that's why my book is called The ABCs of Wealth Building for children. And when me and my daughter launched it 3 years ago, she's 17 now. When we launched it, it was for beautiful. It was for K through 8. But I work in the schools. We work in like over 60 schools. So one of the principals said, well, 12th graders on 4th grade reading level, which shocked me. And I was like, these people about to go into the world. They on 4th grade reading level. So she said, this is for everybody. So, I mean, I have reviews on Amazon where grandmothers reading it to their babies and they're saying, I'm learning something. So really it's for everybody, right? It's like the start of, building your financial wealth, right? Just the basic stuff. What are assets? What is the bank? How do you use credit? What is debt? Right? What is self-love? Like a lot of people don't love themselves. That's why you can't build wealth, because you can't think forward, right? So you got to start loving who you are, first, and then you got to care about the next generation, right? If you don't care about the next generation, you're not thinking about life insurance. You're not thinking about saving nothing or investing nothing or opening up a brokerage account for them. You're just like, all right, today's the day. That's it. Your birthday coming up. I'm going to buy something. It's crazy to me because people spend hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars on birthdays, Christmas, bar mitzvahs, cotillions, debutantes, proms. And y'all don't got nothing saved. Y'all don't got nothing invested. So I just feel like, the time is now, and I'm the person for the assignment to be able to do this because I'm confident in what I do.
So somebody gets a chunk of money, unexpected. Maybe they hit the lottery or something like that, and right away they go buy a car.
Right away. Or they go buy a Louis
What should they do
Vuitton
with
bag.
their money? Yeah.
I mean, I think coaching and community is very key. Hiring you a mentor, a financial coach, or just getting into a community where people are trying to build wealth. Because you can't do it on your own, right? Because if you come from a family, everybody just spend out of control, it's going to be impossible for you to be like, oh, now I got $100,000. Let me just start saving and investing. It don't work like that.
So I get a little money. I get maybe $150,000. And car or house?
I mean, invest in you, your financial education. Because you can get a house and then lose the house. You know what I'm saying? You can get a car and lose the car, right? But what's here will never go, right? So invest in you first, right? And then you make these different life-changing decisions, more educated now. And of course, the internet has, you can Google what you want to know now, right?
Or just go straight to your book.
Yeah, so that's what I tell people all the time. Like, just start with the ABCs of wealth building. Like, we put this, it took us 2 years. Actually, me and my daughter thought about this in the pandemic, right? And all the kids was on Zoom, kids were playing, teacher wasn't there, teacher camera off. I'm like, okay, so what if they had a book that they can start reading and start understanding money now? So in the pandemic, this is when the idea launched. And then in 2023 is when we actually started putting it in schools. Right now, this book is in over 20 schools. We've sold thousands upon thousands of copies. And we also have the coloring book. So one of my principals, she was like, oh, this is great. But what about the babies, like the kindergarten, the pre-K, the pre-4, or whatever it is? So now we came out with the coloring book. It's the same exact thing.
They can get involved.
Except now you can actually color while you're learning, about money.
That's a great idea.
So this is a part of my legacy. This is also a part of my daughter's legacy. And that's what I'm big on. And that's what wealth is about, right? Wealth is about building your legacy. What are we leaving behind for the next generation, or are we just out here spinning to infinity? Right? Because Amazon, they gonna continue to win. Walmart gonna continue to win. Apple, all these places gonna continue to win. How are you winning and creating your own economy for your family?
Now, and getting your merch, you're thinking about getting one of those little piggy banks too to be a part of this?
Well, I'm thinking about like crayons and stuff like that too. Yeah. Because that's the thing. So when people are coloring, even I'm thinking about getting this into JFK airports, right? Just having crayons with it as well, because everybody goes to JFK, everybody goes to LaGuardia. So, I mean, this is my legacy. There's not enough Black authors that have children book on money. In the world, I'm 7% in the whole entire world.
That is crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How many Black people in the world? It's crazy.
No. So what are some of the biggest mistakes that you see people make when trying to build wealth? Specifically parents when planning their kids' futures.
People are just too scared, right? They're just fearful of everything. Rightfully so, because again, we were never taught, this stuff, but it's like now we're living in a whole nother world. You see where the world is going. You see where things are going. It's like now we got to just take ownership. We can't just keep saying, oh, the government, oh, my job won't take care of me. People got to work 4 or 5 jobs now in 2026 just to put milk on the table, right? Which is very sad. So I tell people, like, listen, start learning. Right? Start learning about you. Start learning about money. Start learning about finance. Like this is a thing when you're talking to your children, like at the dinner table, or if you're in the car together, you can just start talking about it. I tell people to develop something called the wealth talk. So me and my children have 2 daughters. Every month, we either in my car or we at a restaurant, and we're talking about different things on wealth, whether it's business, whether it's real estate, whether it's relationships, whether it's money, savings, whatever it is. They may not be listening fully right now, but as they get older, those subconscious thoughts start to come forward. And they're like, oh, that's what my mom meant. Oh, this is what my mom was saying, right? So we got to pour into our children, right? And if we don't pour into our children, nobody else is, right? The teachers are overwhelmed. Principals, society don't care about our kids. So we got to care. You know what I'm saying? We got to care enough that we want their future to look bright. So somebody just starting out, in fact, your kids, are they saving the money? Are they following it so far? They investing. My daughter's going to be 25.
Or whatever?
Well, they have brokerage accounts.
Yeah.
So my youngest, who's going to be 17, every birthday we buy a stock. And then during like different quarters, we'll buy different stocks or rebalance the portfolio. And then my 25-year-old, she has Roth IRAs and she also has her own brokerage account.
So she's going to be a millionaire.
Listen, I told her, listen, if you continue to do what you are doing and not spending your money all crazy, buying wigs and buying this and going out and this and that and third, you would be ahead.
You gotta get your nails and toes done every now and then.
Yeah, but that too. You know what I'm saying? You can do your own nails. They got all these little kits and stuff you can get for $5 on Temu.
So save that money, right?
Because my thing is, if not now, then when?
That's right.
The world is not getting any better, right? It's only getting worse.
So in your book, where should people start? Give me the basics. How do you get the ball rolling?
So the first, of course, is called the ABCs of wealth building. So like A would be for asset, right?
Assets.
So what are assets, right? What are assets? And I always tell people, like, you are the asset. You're the asset, right? Because you're going to grow in value, right? Over the years, right? Your mindset will grow. But this is only if you're investing in yourself, right? And then we go to B. What is B? B is for banks. We need banks to build wealth.
Banks.
You know what I'm saying? We need banks. You can't save everything up under your mattress. It's not going to work. You need the bank.
To do that.
Right. You need the bank to have a brokerage account. So in order to invest, you can't invest without a bank. right? Then we talk about credit, how important credit is, leveraging credit. Then we talk about debt, right? Some people up to here in debt and don't know how to start getting rid of debt, right? So people just want to like jump the gun, right? So it's all these different things. Then we have S's for like self-love, again, because you have to love yourself. And we also talk about giving, right? G is for giving, because that's the thing too.
Paradoxes of life, you get by giving.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So giving, I'm a giver, right? I believe in tithing, right? I believe in giving to the homeless. I believe in giving to the poor.
It always comes back around.
And it always comes back. I find money all the time, right? I found $800 in the post office.
What?
Yep. I was like...
Did you see the person who dropped it?
No, I didn't see nobody. No, and I waited about 30 seconds and nobody came running in. I was like, okay, this is fine. Then I found $300 in the supermarket. I was like, wow. Then the other day I found $30. So I just feel like the universe just gives me the money back that I give out. So you know, once you start to develop that wealthy mindset, you start to see opportunities everywhere instead of being scared and scarce, right? So that's the problem with adults. They're scared, so they give that energy straight to their kids.
But Coach, what do you tell people about who have heavy debt? You know, because you feel very uncomfortable about saving if you can't get rid of that debt,
right?
Because you got to keep giving it to, and you got the interest rate on top of that,
right?
So you're paying, and you need to pay yourself.
Well, you can't pay yourself if you got 30%, 40%, 20% interest, right? So now, these days, you can call your credit card company, you can consolidate. There's many, many things people can do. Turn your credit card off, right? Freeze your credit card so you don't have no more interest accruing. There's so many different things, right? But again, if you're not open to it, you're going to just say, oh, I'm in debt, I'm in debt, I'm in debt. And then the problem is if you die, whoever the next of kin is, now they got to continue paying that.
They got to pay your
And if you don't have no life insurance, you ain't got no money saved up, that's how the cycle continues.
You're leaving somebody a situation, a problem.
You know what I'm saying? And this is how the cycle continues.
Yeah. But you need to start getting rid of that debt.
Of course.
What should they do first?
I mean, if you have like high interest credit cards, things of that nature,
that's the first one.
You can call your creditors and try to consolidate, or call them and try to lower your interest rate. The thing about creditors, they just want their money, right? So that's the biggest thing. You could set up a payment plan, and something that you can actually stick to. Not tell them $500 a month and you know you're not going to stick to that. And if you're a person that love to go to everybody's birthday party, everybody baby shower, everybody prom send off, you'll never, you know what I'm saying? So we got to take self-control also. Not because I'm invited to everybody's birthday party, I got to go, right? I got to spend money on a gift because outside costs $300 a day. Right, to go out. So stay inside, right? You don't have to go to everybody's stuff. And people feel like they're missing out when they're going out. And it's like, as adults, we should have that out of our system already. Now, as a teenager, of course, right? You want to go to everybody's stuff. But as an adult, you should have that out of your system.
So you start knocking away that high interest credit card.
Those high
little by little,
cards.
Pay a little bit at a time. And when you get a little extra money, double up. Because when you double up, you'll knock it out faster. They don't like me.
But while you're also knocking down your debt, because here's the thing too, it's like twofold. While you're knocking down your debt and you want to invest, you're still shopping. All right, so if you're still shopping on Amazon, let's just say you spend $25, you spend $35. Now you can have an app where you can go right to that same phone, different app, and now invest $5 in Amazon.
There you go.
Like, so while you're shopping, because you're still spending money, all right, buy some Amazon stock, right? Some people just feel like, oh, I just got to get rid of all of my debt first. It's going to take you 10 years.
I know.
You can start investing right now.
I have 30 seconds. Social media and all that stuff, and where can we get your book?
Yeah, so my book is at TanishaMarie.com. That is my website. I'm on social everywhere, TikTok, Instagram, at Coach Tanisha Marie. I have classes. I do free stuff. I'm going to be at St. John's College teaching how to get school contracts May 14th, which is this Thursday, from 8 to 3. So if you guys are entrepreneurs, you want to get into government contracting, definitely, pull up. It's free food, networking. It's going to be about 500 people there.
Beautiful. Make that money, girl.
Yes.
And teach everybody how to do it, too. Bring everybody. You got to go back to the hood and reach in and let people follow you. There you go. Coach Marie is in the house. We call her Tanisha Adjokatcher. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
She does so much too. Digital marketing expert, money coach, and author. Thank you for all you do.
You're welcome.
All right. We'll take a quick break right here. I've got more. Here's your book right here. Look, The ABCs of Wealth Building. Nice. Thank you, Marie.
Creative family, discover your voice with Bronxnet community media classes. Are you ready to bring your ideas to life? At Bronxnet, we offer television production classes for community members ages 18 and over, empowering you to share your vision with the world. Get certified in field production, in-studio production, and our new exciting addition, podcast production. Once certified, you can create your own show to air on one of our 6 TV channels. It all starts with our free Unleash Your Ideas Masterclass, designed to help you plan your show idea and set you up for success on your production journey. This class is offered at the beginning of each month for your convenience. Our dedicated Bronxnet team is here to support, encourage, and uplift you every step of the way. Join us and become a part of the creative force that engages and inspires the Bronx community and beyond. Sign up today and start your media journey with Bronxnet. Visit bronxnet.org/education to learn more and register. Let's create something amazing together.
There's a new channel to explore, and it's bringing the classics back to life. During the day, relive the Bronxnet originals that sparked conversations and built community. At night, dive into the hip-hop throwbacks that defined the generation. One destination, 2 powerful lineups. Now playing on Optimum Channel 952, Fios 2138, and streaming at bronxnet.tv. BX Legacy, where history meets the moment. And welcome back. A special happy birthday to Tanisha Adjokatcher. Happy birthday to you and many more. Hey, listen, our next guest is an award-winning actress, writer, producer, director, and dancer, and the founder of M.A.A.T Films Incorporated. She joins us to speak about her film production company, speak about her new book series highlighting the importance of her grandfathers. We spoke about that, but we'll touch it and keep going. And she's going to discuss the appearance on a major platform showcasing African-American short films. So please welcome to the show, Nadhege, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi, Dr.
I haven't seen you in a while. How have you been?
Yeah, right.
So a lot of things have been happening in your life and in the film production world and all that. The last time we spoke, we were talking about the book and all of that. You want to touch that and keep it moving?
Well, I think last time when we spoke, I said the book is the hook.
Well, the book is the hook.
The movement is what we want to continue. So we hook you with the book. And now we'll continue with the movement, which is Make Grandfathers Great Again. I think the last time we spoke, we talked about the pop-up event that we had at Grandma's Place. Right. And with the support of the public advocate, Jamani Williams.
Yes.
Endorsed what we were doing, bringing grandfathers into community to read the story about what makes a great grandfather, what makes a pop-up, Remember, you were in the film.
Yes, yes.
And he was referred to affectionately by the character Paris, Pop Pop. That was her Pop Pop.
Right, right.
So I said it'd be great to have Pop 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 all over the place, and where we have a grandfather's engage in the community. So we had that event. And then following after that, we did an assembly with What Makes a Great Grandfather, connecting it to Black history and his relationship with the Rosa Parks and his relationship with the Montgomery Walk, and where the Black Panther site used to be right across the street from Paris Blues. So we showed how he was connected to a lot of historical figures like Muhammad Ali, who used to frequent Paris Blues.
Yeah, yeah. That was a spot, I tell you. And see,
That was the
when you're in there, you can feel what people were feeling when they were, when they were in the place at that particular, or during those times. There was like space and times and moments in time where
It's a
people
time
enjoyed
capsule.
themselves in there. Yeah.
And then one of the reasons why you feel great, because it feels like a time capsule where
Yes.
it still has that 1969 from the 70s furniture and decor, which he built himself because he was a carpenter, from my understanding. Besides his family owning a juke joint in Alabama,
Yeah.
so that was great. And then we were able to do an assembly where we were able to connect his history, where Obama gave him a letter, a proclamation. Obama's grandmother fundraised at Paris Blues. He had a lot of political support, and he also offered the space to political figures. So we wanted to connect those people that the students read about and show that here is someone in our community who's actually met those people, had relationship with these people, and who are the people in your community, the elders,
Yeah.
the story custodians who hold, where we learn about it in books, but they actually lived it, and
Yes.
all those people he was connected. So we had an assembly there, and then finally we decided to award of Make Grandfather Great Again, Albert Duke Jones, who is one of the co-founders of Atlantic Star,
Yeah. Yeah.
known for the song that everybody sings is Secret Lover, and a whole host of other hits. But I was fascinated by his story because he was a single dad. He raised his son, who is not only artistically gifted, but he's also autistic. And how, as a musician and as a co-founder of one of the successful R&B groups, he sacrificed to raise his son while still mastering that balancing act that mothers have to do. Is, how do I sustain what I love to do, as well as raising my son? And he didn't think twice to take on that role, not only as a dad, but also he had to figure out how to tap into his feminine energy to raise his son, because he really raised him on his own without the mother. So we honored him not only for his contribution to music, but also to his contribution as a dad and a role model. And that's why I said the book is the hook, but it's really it's beyond the book, but it's also a movement, because we want to know about these dads, although he's not a grandfather, but he has the spirit of the grandfather that we want to set the example for the next generation, so we don't have the blind leading the blind. Because I remember I told you last interview, I want grandfathers to protect legs, not look at legs.
Right.
We should be over that, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
I guess.
You get it? I mean,
But
come on,
Nadhege,
Dr.
the short film Paris Blues in Harlem was recently featured on an episode of African American short films on Bad IMTV. Talk about that.
Yeah, Bottomy TV is a distribution company. They help bring visibility to Black films to air on major networks. So it's airing around United States, in different networks. So you may catch it on ABC, NBC, CBS, and it also hosts a gospel network. So Paris Blues in Harlem is one of the 3 films that are airing on the African American network and also the ending. And we open, Paris Blues opens. There are 2 other shorts. I just can't think of them right now. And then it ends with Yolanda Adams with archive performance about What About the Children, and it's so timely. What about the children?
Do we have
So
a
that's
piece?
where we are till July 26th.
Yeah.
So it aired April. It started April 11th. It ends July 26th.
How does it feel?
You can catch it.
You can catch it where?
Bottom TV website, and they'll let you know where it's airing, whether it's in New Orleans, Philadelphia, New York, but it's airing now.
You've been moving well with this. You know, every time I talk to you, it has done this, and it's moving to like different levels. I'm wondering if there's going to be a sequel or something.
That's the goal. You know what? I have to say I'm really surprised and I'm humbled by it, because it was just a short film. I said, hey, I'm going to do a story about you because I'm really fascinated about your story, how you were able to sustain this piece of property where we lost Lennox Lounge. He owns the entire building, is residential as well as a club, and he's known internationally. He has a big tourist following for Paris Blues. And after the short, usually the life of a short film is, let's say you have a good 3 years run, that's it. We started since 2018. And, you know, I stopped applying for festivals. I said, okay, we're good, we're done. And then we also had distribution. We've been on Comcast NBC twice. And then we have other distribution where it's also been on PBS. So I said, okay, we're done. It's you know, now we're gonna I'll move on to the next thing. But no, we're not. We got picked up by Bottomy, and she said she loved the story, and it seems to be like this little engine. I think I can. I think I can. I could.
Yeah.
And it aligns with Hargris, who was steady for Paris Blues. Like, he didn't jump into other businesses. Paris Blues was his blood, sweat, and tears, where he was building legacy. So I feel like his spirit is living in the legacy of the story. Like, it's not ending. It's just growing gradually. And I'm very fortunate to have people who support this movement, like a good friend of mine, Monty Ross, who was the producer for Spike Lee.
You know, and you know, we went up to Hampton University, a group of us, and I'm thinking maybe you should have maybe a reunion or something like that, where we can all come together and talk about, you know, all the wonderful things that we did and what we shared back in the day while making this.
I think a reunion would be great. A reunion would be great, especially with the first team who helped Paris Blues come to fruition. Because you would think it's 2025. Are we in 2025?
No.
2026. Yeah. I had to think, because it's so much going on in the world.
I know.
What year are we in? 2026 is speeding. You know when I would really love a reunion? When we push it to series, right? Make this something viable, and let's talk about those who helped plant that seed, even though everyone went their separate ways. But I would definitely be open to it.
Yeah. You know what I never asked you?
What?
How did you come to, where did it come from? Your thought of doing this? Did you meet Pop, or did somebody come up to you and say, hey, you know, there's a man that they're trying to buy this property from, but he doesn't want to give in. He wants to keep it in line, because he has a lot of history too. You know, he worked there, and the building owner finally said, you know what, let me sell this building to this young man for an unbelievable price. And that's how you got to own the whole building, not just the lounge.
Yeah,
but gentrification came in and tried to.
Exactly. It was a sports bar where he worked. You know, he was in the military, and when he came to Harlem from Alabama, he, they said, "Hey, we're leaving because that's when the drug era was starting, like the early beginnings of the drug era that was occurring in Harlem."
Yeah, yeah.
And they were Caucasian, and they were moving to Texas, and he didn't have the money, and they said, "Hey, you can pay us rent until you are able to buy it." It was just a deal he made, and they
Yeah.
said you should own it. So that I knew of him because we would pass Paris Blues, but you're just thinking it's just elders buying time because it
Right.
looked like a shack. But you didn't realize until you went in there, and I was doing a performance for fundraising. I did a monologue.
Okay.
Yes. And I actually went in there and I said, "Oh, this the character. It just sucked you in." Then I was fundraising for my first film, and I said, "Well, I'm going to go to the Harlem community businesses to
Mm-hmm.
ask for funds to raise for my film." And I thought of him, and I went in there and I said, "Hi, I'm raising for my film Dodo TT, and I'm asking for support." And I kind of gave like the different tiers of what the support would look like. And I said, "Do you remember me? I did a monologue. I did a
Uh-huh.
performance of it. Southern. Yeah, 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 yeah." He
Yeah.
pulled out, he pulled out $250 out of his pocket. He said, "Go on, Miss Hollywood," and gave me the where I was getting rejection all over the place. This man didn't
Yeah.
even think twice. And I said, "Oh, well, I'm going to keep informing him about my journey with the first film."
Uh-huh.
But I was learning about him. I saw a picture with him in Rosa Parks, and then he said, "I'm from Alabama." And I just have a curious mind.
Yeah.
I like to know people more than just what's being presented to me. And just talking, and I said, "Whoa, you're living history."
Yeah.
I said, "People should know about you." I'm a storyteller.
Yeah.
I said, "I'm gonna tell a story about you, and I want the world to know about you."
And he doesn't mind talking about it either. I mean, he's very
Oh,
personable. He
he's an
sat in some of
Aries.
the shoots with us.
Mr. Hargreaves is an Aries. And Aries,
That's me.
yes, they like some attention on himself. And he dressed in three different outfits. You had the AM outfit for breakfast, then you had the afternoon outfit, and then you had the evening outfit. And 1970s, his famous baby blue suits, fedora, is it fedora hat, alligator shoes? It was consistent.
Yeah.
It was steady. He didn't skip a beat.
Yeah.
And how he dressed, how he presented himself, and then not only that, the wisdom and what he gave to people. Because I was raising for Paris Blues, and I said there are times I'm like, I don't know if I could do this. He said, "A winner never quits, a quitter never wins."
Oh, there you go.
He said, "Life is about solving problems."
Uh-huh.
He could have easily given me the fish, but he was teaching me how to fish,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I made it happen. We had the space. I met you on open call
Yeah.
by way of Sandra
Yes.
Costa. Love her.
The Bullion
And
Foundation.
absolutely. And I would say he taught me so much. And not only that, he had confidence in me. And I said, that is what young girls are missing when they don't have a father in their life or didn't have a conducive
Yeah.
relationship with their fathers in their lives, right? And to see how the to see how he taught you how to critically think, get out of your emotions, be logical to make something manifest.
Wow. Wow.
And that was gold than just giving me the entire money to try to shoot the short film,
That's
right?
like giving you the entire money because, it's
Yeah.
not always the funds, it's always the knowledge. Get the knowledge of what to say, how to be, and what to do.
And how to go about it. He
Yeah.
brought me he brought me a membership for the Democratic Club. I said, "I'm not political. I can't stand
Yeah.
politics." He said, "But you need it." and politics played a huge role in helping him
Yeah,
to
yeah.
sustain.
And he knew that. He knew that. And the people that came to the club, the Muhammad Ali's, all the top people, nobody bothered them. They came there and the crowd and, hey, let me get you all here. They let them be who they were in that club, in that space. And that was important to a lot of people who wanted to try to go somewhere without being hassled.
Absolutely, with the musicians and how he valued his musicians, right?
Yeah.
Who may not have the space or the money to exercise their craft. And I learned that through Duke Jones. He said, Carnegie Hall is Carnegie Hall, but when you're at Paris Blues and you're practicing or you're performing, it's nothing like it, where he just allowed them to be.
Yeah.
And then the patrons having to listen to these wonderful musicians who may not be famous or who may be famous, all in that space. He just let you be, you know?
I want you to feel this one more time. I'll run that trailer one more time, and you can talk about it while it's rolling, all right? And where it's being shown and where we can go and see the whole thing all over again.
Absolutely.
So this is a good feeling. I remember this.
Yeah.
Look at you acting. You acted your tail off in there too.
Oh, thank you.
That's Pop Up.
Yes, who's no longer with us. We lost 3 people.
I'm intoxicated.
You're intoxicated, right?
Yeah.
You played a very good intoxicated person.
I had fun with it.
It was funny. Between you and Iris, it was funny.
Yeah. We had a whole lot of fun. I mean, the whole crew got
did.
together. The behind the scenes people, everybody came together and made this thing happen,
Yes, and what I really love is how we brought the actual people from Paris Blues with the professional actors and crew, and how we all blended in together.
That's why I said we got to come together and do something. Get the people. I know people are doing their own thing, but we got to find a space and time where we can do that.
Paris Blues would be great or nice, because the story is still resonating with everyone.
Yeah.
How do we build generational wealth?
I got a person right here. She's going to let us know. But listen, I got 30 seconds. What do you want the people to know in 30 seconds?
Just follow.
Where can we go to find them? Check out the movie again and give us the website.
Well, you can go on the platform.
Media.
The easiest thing is go on the Paris Blues in Harlem platform on Instagram, and this is where we're posting updates. And my website, www.maatfilms.com, MAATFILMS.com, and you can follow our journey as we continue this journey with Paris Blues in Harlem.
I'm loving it. There you go, Nadhege. Paris Blues in Harlem featured on African American short films. Hey.
Yes.
Woo. That's big. Let's keep it moving together, all right?
It is.
And the thing about it, she came here, I was interviewing her, and I said, I have my SAG card. She said, I may have a part for you. I said, all right. People say that all the time. And sure enough, she gave me a call and said, I got a part for you. Hey, we love you. Thank you for all that you do and continue to do. And we'll see you very soon, all right?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
We'll take a quick break right here. I've got a whole lot more. It's all coming up next on Open.
19.7% of Bronxites currently experience food insecurity. Meanwhile, instead of these nice, colorful foods, this is the best food that they have access to. If this sounds like you, there are a bunch of resources to get healthy food for free or cheap. If you want to help, you might consider donating or volunteering in one of these places. Community fridges like this one are all over the city and allow New Yorkers to conveniently donate extra food to people who might need it. Go to this link and find your nearest one. Food banks and pop-up events like these provide millions of healthy meals to families in need. These organizations are distributing meals to Bronxites as we speak and are always accepting donations and volunteers.
eco-leaders. We learned that everything starts with ourselves, then we have to educate ourselves, then we have to build community and use our imagination.
And welcome back, welcome back. Our last guest is a Polish native jazz drummer. Yeah, she gets busy too, carries that beat. And she's a band leader of Sound Circle. She joins us to highlight the release of her band's brand new album, its debut album, Voices of Human Consciousness, and so much more. So please welcome to the show, Dorota Piotrowska. Dorota, welcome.
Hello, hello, everyone.
All right, you thought my tongue was going to get stuck worse than it did, huh? On that one.
No, that's fine. You did perfect.
Dorota Piotrowska.
Yes, exactly.
So you're in Poland right now?
Yes, I'm in Poland.
Yeah. What time is it over there? Let me see. How many hours?
It's around 5:42 right now, p.m. So it's a little afternoon coffee time or dinner time.
Dinner time is usually what, 6:30, 7 o'clock?
Yeah, I would say 6:30 for me because I have two small kids. So, we have to do the bedtime routine.
Yeah, yeah. So what are you guys having for dinner tonight?
Well, this depends a little bit what my husband brings.
So you don't know, you didn't tell him what they bring?
Yeah, we have these little restaurants, like corner little, we call them bars, and they cook homemade food like every day. There's a different little menu, and
well,
very useful stuff.
I know you exert a lot of energy. You're a drummer, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
you
I'm
have
a
to
drummer.
eat well, sleep well, drink a lot of water.
Yes, absolutely. No, the physical part of being a drummer is not an easy one, especially when you are on the road. It's
you got to carry the beat. You carry the beat. So how did you work your way into becoming a drummer? What were your thoughts, and when did you do it? When did you think you wanted to start it?
Well, that was, an interesting story. I wasn't thinking of drums like when I was small. All I knew was piano because I started with playing classical piano. But I really loved music, but somehow the classical education really sort of like shrank my, view a little bit. And I had a very big stage fright. So right around the time when I started high school, I had a friend who was playing in all these rock bands in my little town. And he took me to one of the rehearsal rooms, and he gave me the sticks because there was no drummer that day. And he gave me the sticks, and he was like, come on, we don't have a drummer. And I thought he was joking, so I was just like laughing at him. But then he said, come on, you have to try. And that was really a life-changing day for me because it was like this little, this little poke. Someone sometimes pokes you, and you completely go a different direction. And, right in the beginning, I didn't know it was like what I'm going to do in life. It kind of sort of, showed up as a path for me. But
are you still in touch with him?
Well, yes. He actually got my album about 2 weeks ago, and he wrote me this long message saying how he really appreciates everything there and how he can hear influences, because we listened a lot to the music together back in high school, and he said he can hear whatever we were listening back then and some new stuff, and so he was very proud of me. And
I'm sure he's very proud. He said, look what I was a part of. I got this young lady started. I gave her her first drumstick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's an important part of my life, that's for sure.
Yeah. So you have the new album, Voices of Human Consciousness, and it features musicians from 7 different cultures. Wow.
Yes.
That's great. How did that come about? How did you select these specific voices? Like, Greg Osby or Tariq Yamani to represent this global dialogue.
Right, exactly. This album is a little bit of a reflection of my, 20 years of my path, which led me through jazz music because I studied in New York. I was part of the New York scene for about 8 years.
All right.
Yes. I graduated from the New School, and but I also did my master's in international relations. So I was part of my my life was a little bit concentrated also on that international relations realm where you have the UN, the different conferences with all the people coming in. From all around the world, and getting together to discuss different things or solving different problems, problems. And for me, it was also so incredible, this international dialogue, seeing these people from, I don't know, Morocco or Egypt or, I don't know, Gambia in the couloirs of all these meetings,
I know.
And then,
how did you bring that all together? Where did you meet these people?
So I thought, okay, I want to do this kind of thing in music. I want to make sure that there is this intercultural, beautiful discussion going on between me and the musicians on the album. That's why we have Greg Osby, who is, of course, from the US, incredible, legendary saxophonist. But we also have Hildegun Oyseth, who is from Norway. I have Tariq Yamani, who is from Lebanon.
Wow.
I have Amin Salim, wonderful bassist from Washington. Then Barbara Crespo, aka Machito, who is from Cuba, Havana. And Sanem Kalfa, also from Turkey, a vocalist. So, we have special guests on the album, also wonderful Polish pianist Leszek Możder. We have also two people who recorded, like the cello. So it's Jakub Myślak and Malena Grodzicka-Myślak, two good friends of mine. So it's really a very international group of people. And and I think this dialogue is also, enshrined in this music. So the compositions are not only by me, like it's sort of a collective. So Greg Osby's, there's two compositions by Greg Osby. There is also one composition by Hildegun, two by Tariq Yamani. So you can really hear the richness of this world. One was written by my husband.
You got hubby involved too. All righty.
Yeah, I did, of course. Because the story behind the tune was also crazy because I was writing the music.
That's a wonderful way to get better support from your husband, right? Hey, come on. This is what we're doing. We need you to get involved in this thing too.
Yeah, and this music really just came to him like sort of, I called the tune the spark because it was really like a spark. I went to do some dishes or whatever I was doing. And then I came back 15 minutes later and he was like, hey, listen to this. I'm not a pianist, so I had to record all this. But then I thought, my God, this is amazing. We're going to record this.
Now, how did you come up with the name, Voices of Human Consciousness?
So the story behind this is that, at final stages of the production, I was able to get Wojciech Siódmak to give us his artwork for the album. So it's an eye inside lips, like very red lips.
Do we have that picture there? Can we bring that picture up while she's talking about it? Eye inside of a pair of red lips.
Yes, it's the cover art for the.
There it is.
Yes. There it is. Yes, and it's very meaningful to me.
Keep that there for a second there. Go ahead.
And I think that we have to, like, as artists, for me, it's important to talk about the times we live in. And I thought, okay, for me, like the most important subject, like right now in music also, is the AI revolution.
Yes.
And the fact that we have so many, tunes written by artificial intelligence, like all over the place. We hear it in restaurants, sometimes we would play the music like from any streaming platform. And then we don't even know that we are consuming stuff that's written by computers anymore. Like it's devoid of human soul. And this title is meaningful to me because it says, okay, these are the voices of human consciousness, not the computer-made stuff, and as much as I know that we cannot avoid it, and of course this revolution, as any other revolution, can bring beautiful things to the world, I think that we have to find a way to label this subject, label music created by AI, and not unknowingly consume the stuff that just, I think that art, especially art, is like this last bastion of like, where we need human soul. We need to have things created by people, actually. And music is so important in that aspect, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, you're a person that's going against AI. I mean, it's here. It's all over the place, and it's going to take a lot of different jobs. But you said, no, not mine. Nobody can play the drums like this. You want to feel and see the person there. So if you go live, you're in on stage somewhere, that AI person won't be there. You can't put that person there unless you use holograms and stuff like that. But maybe they're coming to that. I mean, they have robots and things doing different things now. But let's hold on as long as we can.
Yes, absolutely.
I see you got strings behind you. Who else in the family is playing?
Oh, that's my husband's guitars.
Oh, okay.
Plays bass guitar and also double bass and regular.
And what's your husband's name?
His name is Camille.
Camille. Tell him we said hello and tell him we gave him a shout out on TV.
Okay, I will. I'm sure he's gonna watch it.
And your social media is what? And website, if you have one.
Yes, of course. Well, my social, you can find me under Dormsification on Instagram. That's, on Facebook, that will be just my name, Dorota Piotrowska. I also have a website, which is www.dorotapiotrowska.com. And if anybody would like to get more information about the band, you can always check out with Bullion, with Ray and Sandra, whom I'm very thankful to.
The Bullion Foundation,
Yes, amazing. And also at Key and Associates, just, in case you want more. And
Thank you for all you do and continue to do. Dorota Piotrowska. Dorota Piotrowska. And of course, she does so many wonderful things. Dorota, thank you for coming on. Thank you for checking us out. And you're welcome to come on again. And when you come to New York, come again, all right?
I would love to. I would love to, especially, go back a little bit to my Harlem and Bronx friends. So shout out to Nyoko Workman from the Bronx, whom I played with a lot in Fairy String Sisters.
Yes. Yes, and when you come to New York, you're going to work with them. But thank you for joining us, okay? Dorota Piotrowska, thank you so much. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. I want to thank you, our guests, for joining us, you, our viewers, for tuning in and checking it all out. Keep following us on social media, Bronxnet TV. You may join us next week for a new episode of Open. Thank you for letting us share in this space and time with you. And always remember this, what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice. Let your choice control the chooser. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee, and I'll see you over 107.5 WBLS. I love you all. Peace.